Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the hidden decision-making logic that literally powers our everyday apps. We're talking about Python conditional statements. This is that magical moment where code stops being just a static, boring list of instructions and actually starts to, well, think.
To kick things off, I want you to picture something. You're standing at an ATM, you slide your card in, and you ask for some cash. Or think about typing your username and password into a login screen. Have you ever actually wondered how the machine decides whether to spit out that cash or let you into your account? Well, it is not magic, it's logic. And cracking the code on these everyday technological mysteries is the perfect starting point for our journey today.
So here's our roadmap. First, how machines make decisions. Then, core Python conditional statements. Next, going deeper with nested logic. After that, building real-world projects. And finally, pitfalls and interview prep. Let's jump right in.
Starting with Section 1, How Machines Make Decisions.
Try to visualize the brain of a software program as this series of glowing, futuristic flowcharts. It's constantly taking in massive amounts of data, evaluating it, and deciding which path to take. Conditional statements are simply the instructions that let these programs make decisions based on very specific conditions. Honestly, think of them as traffic cops for your data. Instead of a program just mindlessly crunching numbers from top to bottom, these statements tell the machine to stop, look at the data, evaluate a condition, and route the behavior accordingly.
All right, moving to Section 2, Core Python Conditional Statements.
Okay, the absolute most basic building block here is the if statement. It simply executes a block of code, but only when a certain condition is true. It's the most basic yes or no gateway you can build. Like, if the user's password matches the database, then let them in. If it doesn't, well, the if statement all by itself doesn't do anything else. It just opens the gate if the condition is met.
But what if we actually want something to happen when the condition is not met? That is exactly where we add else. The if-else statement lets a program choose between two completely different execution paths. It's like literally creating a fork in the road, giving your program a super reliable backup plan. If the condition is true, go left. Else, go right. It guarantees the program will absolutely take one action or the other.
So what happens when there aren't just two options, but, say, a whole bunch of them? That brings us to the if, elif, else statement. Elif is just short for else if. You can think of this like a really smart routing system that checks several possibilities in order. If condition A is false, try condition B. If B is false, try C. And finally, if absolutely nothing matches, you just fall back on that final else default. It's a hugely efficient way to handle multiple conditions without ending up with messy, confusing code.
Let's step it up. Section 3, Going Deeper with Nested Logic.
A nested if is exactly what it sounds like. It's using an if statement completely inside another if statement. Picture this as logic hidden within logic, kind of like Inception. Now, why would we need this? Well, imagine a highly secure system. First, the program asks, are you a registered user? If yes, it steps inside that block of code and asks a second question, did you enter the correct password? And if yes, it might even ask a third, did you pass the two-factor authentication? You absolutely need nested ifs for these complex, multi-layered verification processes.
Now for the fun part. Section 4, Building Real-World Projects.
Let's connect all this abstract code back to reality. Every single day, you are interacting with conditional statements without even realizing it. Checking voting eligibility, processing ATM transactions, calculating exam results, securing login systems. These four concepts are the hidden engines behind the systems we rely on all the time. So let's look at how we might actually build a few of these.
First up, let's talk about a grade calculator project. Think about how a teacher's software maps raw marks to a final letter grade. This is a perfect textbook use case for an if, elf, else structure. The program evaluates the score. If the mark is over 90, grade A. elif, the mark is over 80, grade B. elif, the mark is over 70, grade C. Else, grade F. It perfectly and neatly filters a student's marks right down to their final grade with complete accuracy, even if, it's giving you a grade you'd rather hide from your parents.
Next, we have the ATM simulation logic. This breaks down so perfectly into our flowchart analogy. Step 1, check the balance. Step 2, validate the withdrawal amount. Step 3, dispense the cash. This beautifully demonstrates nested logic in action. The ATM first checks if you have a valid account. Inside that, it checks if your request is less than or equal to your balance. Only if both of those conditions are met does it move to the final withdrawal step.
If that inner condition fails, like say you ask for way more cash than you have, it triggers an else statement saying insufficient funds.
Then we have the voting eligibility project. This one is such a classic, elegant use of the simple if-else statement. All the program needs to do here is check one single number, your age. If age is greater than or equal to 18, print eligible to vote. Else, print not eligible. It is just an incredibly straightforward way to grant or deny access based on one strictly defined condition.
Wrapping things up with Section 5, Pitfalls and Interview Prep.
Listen up, because here are the absolute most common mistakes you need to avoid. First, indentation errors. In Python, spacing is literally everything. If your code isn't indented perfectly under your if statement, the whole program will crash. It is a trap every single beginner falls into. Second, incorrect logical conditions, like using a single equals sign instead of a double equals sign when you're trying to compare values. And finally, nested condition confusion. This is where you get so many layers deep in if statements that you totally forget which else belongs to which if. Trust me, keep your code clean and readable.
Okay, now let's tackle a real interview question head-on. Interviewers absolutely love to ask this. What is the exact difference between an if statement and an if-else statement? The answer here is all about execution paths. An if statement represents single path execution. It only does something if the condition is true. Otherwise, it just moves on quietly. An if-else statement, however, guarantees a dual path outcome. It forces the program to make a definitive choice between two distinct actions.
Here is another one. What is a nested if statement? Treat this as a live practice round for an actual AI or software engineering interview. If you get this question, just remember our verification layers. A nested if is simply an if statement placed entirely inside another if statement, and it's used to test secondary conditions only after a primary condition has already evaluated to true. If you explained it just like that, it shows you really understand how verification layers work in complex software.
And that brings us to our final challenge. I want to leave you with an assignment today. Can you predict the outputs of conditional code blocks? Now it's your turn to try. Fire up your code editors and try building your own voting checker, ATM simulator, or grade calculator. But before you do, I want you to ask yourself this. If everyday machines are already governing our lives using simple if and else logic, what exactly happens when we start adding artificial intelligence to those decision trees? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy coding.